Hey everyone. Thanks for that very much live round of applause. I am Nick DiMatteo, again filling in for Anthony Cirillo, who's in the field, and he will be back on Thursday, by the way, hosting. Yet again, I'm always very excited to be here to share all kinds of music and events and presentations with you at Sage Stream. And of course, welcome to everybody at NAAP and anyone else who's out there listening and watching. If you have a chat function, please do not hesitate to send requests or comments or shout outs, anything like that. Let us know where you're from. If you don't, you see a number at the bottom of the screen. You can send anything you'd like there, and I'll get it directly, and I will convey it to our guest. Before we get to the guest, as you know, as always, this is a live streaming. So if anything happens, if for some reason the signal's dropped, just hold on for a second, and we will be right back. Hasn't happened recently, so fingers crossed. But I think we'll be in good shape today as well. But just keep that in mind. So let's get right to it. The guest today is my mate George. Let's bring him on. Hello.
Hello, you all right? Happy St George's Day.
It's St George's Day, is it? Okay.
It is. It is. It was a nice little coincidence that we're doing this on St George's Day, because that's where my act name, My Mate George, comes from. I wrote a song for St George's Day years and years ago, and couldn't work out what to call myself online. That wasn't my name, and so I just called myself that, and then I booked this day without really thinking about it, and it's like, oh, hang on, that's St George's Day. There we go. Okay, that's handy.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That is, that's such a coincidence. I do a podcast called Music Is Not a Genre, and I just did an episode on the names of artists and bands and solo artists and their origin stories, and that's a great origin story.
Well, somebody challenged. I've just read a book about Englishness called Watching the English by a lady called Kate Fox, which I recommend if you want to understand what it means to be an English person with all the sort of class stuff going on. Then that is the book to read, really. Watching the English by Kate Fox, and it's hilarious. If you're English, it's hilarious because you recognise yourself in everything. But somebody challenged me to write a St George's Day song that wasn't all sort of sometimes patriotic songs can be a bit, I don't know, funny, a bit angry or something, but this I just took as much as I could from Kate's book and it turned it into a song. So there's like 100 different English things in it. But yeah, I might well be doing that today.
Oh, okay. Well, before we get there, what does St. George's Day commemorate for us here in the States?
Oh, he's the patron saint of England,
okay.
and I believe a few other, like Georgia, for example, patron saint of Georgia,
sure.
And whatnot. So it's thing is we don't really do in England. We're a bit shy about it, really. Most of us, like the Irish, they go hell for leather with St Patrick's Day and everything, and they're jumping up and down and everything. But like us English, we're a bit embarrassed. We don't want to chat about it. We'd rather sort of sit at home and have a cup of tea, really, which is part of the song. So it's not a massive celebration like the Irish would with St Patrick's Day. It's kind of just a little quiet thing. A few people will put a flag up, but, in an apologetic sort of way. Yeah.
I might have to read that book and find out more about it.
Oh yeah, I can't recommend it highly enough. Yeah.
So what will you be doing for?
So today I'm gonna do a bunch of my own songs. So I've been doing music for a living for 15 years or so. And I'll be doing therapeutic groups for maybe 20. So mental health, learning disabilities, dementia, and over the years I've written a number of songs for and or with the participants in my groups. So I'm going to be doing those songs, some of those songs, and kind of telling the stories behind the songs and the people that inspired inspired them and sort of co-wrote them. Really, yeah.
Oh, that's great. I'm a big fan of people playing original music, and I love hearing where the songs come from. So I'm pretty excited for the show.
Lovely, excellent.
So let's get right to it, everybody. My mate George.
There we are. Thank you very much, Nick. I'm going to take this out my ear so I can play a bit more freely. There we go. Right. Hello, everyone. I'm going to start off with the answer to the question, how are you? From an English point of view. So I've been promising myself I would write this song for years, because as any English person will tell you, the correct English answer to the question, how are you, is not fantastic or even terrible, but not too bad. Not too bad. So just a double negative. We can't be enthusiastic about it, even if we're on top form. Yeah, I think I wrote this for my Potter's Bar group, a dementia-friendly group, which I currently do on a Wednesday. So, to the tune of "I Feel Good" by James Brown, and spot on time. Here comes the cat to join me. All right, puss. I'm not too bad. Thank you for asking. I'm not too bad. Oh, thank you for asking. I'm alright. Could be worse. I got you, and that is quite nice. I feel fine some of the time. Oh, I feel fine some of the time. Overworked, underpaid, but I got you, I mustn't grumble. When I hold you in my arms, I think this is not disagreeable. Yes, when I hold you in my arms, I must admit it feels okay. Yeah, I feel fine some of the time. Oh, I feel fine some of the time. I'm alright, could be worse. I got you, I mustn't grumble. Overworked, underpaid, I got you, and that is quite nice. Not too bad, not too bad. I got you, and all things considered, I suppose that's fairly good. Okay, there we are. I do apologise to James Brown, but will we have to get some copyright advice on that? I don't know. There we are. Okay, so that wasn't written for anyone in particular, but this next song, Dinosaur, was written for somebody in particular. It was written for a young man called Mohammed, from one of my learning disabilities groups in Enfield, and he doesn't have a lot of language, but for some time he was coming into these crazy energetic sessions, and he was asking us for a song which we didn't quite know what he meant, but he would come up and go, "Dinosaur, dinosaur," like doing. I suppose it was more like Lord Hull and Emu, that one, but dinosaur, and so we thought maybe he meant open the door, get on the floor, everybody walk the dinosaur, that one from the 90s, but it wasn't, which is a blessing because it's quite difficult to play on the guitar. there's an old Louis Armstrong one about a dinosaur, but that wasn't that either. So I said, look, I'll write you a dinosaur song. So I did, and I wrote it, I think, 2016, 2017, and you might remember that was politically quite an interesting time, and there were some votes that went that happened in America and the UK, and suddenly older people with whom I do most of my music were getting a really hard time on Twitter and various other places. It's some real disrespect. So I kind of I took that on board and I wrote this song, Dinosaur. We'll start off with the chorus. I'm a dinosaur, set in my ways. I'm a dinosaur from the good old days. I've been around a bit, seen a thing or two, 'cause I'm 65 million years older than you. Older than you. Young people tell me I'm out of date, that extinction and irrelevance will be my fate. They say I'm young in the long in the tooth, short in the claw. They say it like I haven't heard it all before. I'm a dinosaur, set in my ways. I'm a dinosaur from the good old days. I've been around a bit, seen a thing or two, 'cause I'm 65 million years older than you. Older than you. Now tweeting little voices say, listen up, pops, you're going the way of the Triceratops and the other big lizards, and it won't be long. I say, where do you think you little birdies came from? In the first place, I'm a dinosaur, set in my ways. I'm a dinosaur from the good old days. I've been around a bit, seen a thing or two, 'cause I'm 65 million years older than you. Older than you. I'm over the hill and out of touch. Fashion comes and goes, to me it don't mean much. I've seen 1,000 little changes to the rules of the game, but all of the important things remain the same. I'm a dinosaur, set in my ways. I'm a dinosaur from the good old days. I've been around a bit, seen a thing or two, 'cause I'm 65 million years older than you. I'm a dinosaur, a tyrannosaurus, a stegosaurus. I've seen it all before, 'cause I'm 65 million years older than you. Never mind the first verse. You didn't notice that. No, of course you didn't. Yeah, that was the Dinosaur song. They were. That reminds me of some raucous evenings with the learning disabilities crowd in Enfield. Right then, what shall we do next? Shall I do an old favourite? Sherry from Elkins, West Virginia says hello. Hello, Sherry from Elkins. Elkins. Do you have like moose and stuff wandering through the town there? Maybe. I'm probably thinking of Canada. But yes, hello Sherry, welcome. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm going to do an old song of mine, the one without which they say one of my sets would not be complete. So this is the Cup of Tea song. So I used to volunteer at a place, like a house for people in emotional distress, and it sort of ran off volunteers, like a little army of volunteers, kind of round the clock. Sort of 4 or 5 people in the house at a time, and a little army of volunteers doing befriending work. And most of the really beneficial conversations would happen around the kitchen table. The kettle would go on, and it might just be 2 of you, or it might be like a little group. But a lot of the really good conversations happened around the kitchen table over a cup of tea. And we used to joke that actually, mate, it's not the conversation that's doing any good at all. It's the tea. The tea is got magic tea. But no, anyway, so I kind of wrote this song as an ode to England's favourite drink, but also the lady who started this therapeutic house. Her name wasn't Mary, but in the song it's Mary. So here we are. Mary's busy every day. There's always stuff to do, because she's got a special way of helping people through. So if you're feeling fed up, just pop in for a spell. She's got a magic potion that always seems to help. A nice cup of tea, a nice cup of tea. It picks me up and calms me down. I don't know where I'd be without a nice cup of tea. A nice cup of tea. Mug in hand, I'll handle anything life has in store for me, with a nice cup of tea. Take a load off, sit a while, I'll put the kettle on. I can tell from looking, you've been working all day long. Everybody needs a break from all their sweat and toil. Wait there just a minute now, it's coming to the boil. A nice cup of tea, a nice cup of tea. It picks me up and calms me down. I don't know where I'd be without a nice cup of tea. A nice cup of tea. Mug in hand, I'll handle anything life has in store for me, with a nice cup of tea. When I don't know what to do, I just fix myself a brew. Oh, a nice cup of tea, a nice cup of tea. It picks me up and calms me down. I don't know where I'd be without a nice cup of tea, a nice cup of tea. Mug in hand, I'll handle anything life has in store for me, with a nice cup of tea. 2 sugars, please. What do you think, Jay? They quite like that one. I think he quite liked that one. This is Jay. Um, Jay, who joined me for my Tea Time Tunes videos during 2021. I did 365 little music videos, one for each day of the year, kind of during lockdown time. And Jay Blades here was sat faithfully next to me on the sofa, whether he liked it or not. Okay, what should we do? Another food song, maybe? Don't worry. We'll do, yeah. He's asking. We'll do the St George's Day song at some point. Don't you worry. But yeah, okay. I'm going to do the biscuit song. Okay. Well, in the UK we call them biscuits. In the States it's cookies. But we have probably for American audiences a bewildering array of biscuits and cookies in the UK. So this is the Mickey Bicky Blues. So this again was for one of my groups in a supported living scheme in a place called Clapton, which Eric Clapton named himself after, in North London. Yeah, so in that session we always had a cup of tea and biscuits at the start. All right, Walter, how you doing? A cup of tea and biscuits at the start, and he would. You're confusing me now. But there was a lady there, Jennifer, who had Down syndrome and dementia. She's very enthusiastic with the music, but she also had diabetes, and they had to take the biscuits away and ration the biscuits because she would go around all the tables and just scoff as many as she could. It wasn't good for her at all. So she was very upset one day when the biscuits weren't there, and I said, "Look, I'll make it up to you. I'll write you a biscuit song, and we'll sing that together." And she's like, "Okay then." So this is the Mickey Bicky Blues, and it mentions all kinds of different types of biscuits. There's also a little reference to an old blues song by John Lee Hooker. Some of you might know. He has a song called One Bourbon, One Scotch, One Beer. And in the UK we have a very popular biscuit called Bourbons, spelt the same as bourbon. I can't miss that opportunity. So this is the Mickey Bicky Blues. You've heard this before, haven't you, Walter? Let's see whether you stay around for it. Aha! I woke up this morning, my jammy Dodgers were gone. I woke up this morning, my jammy Dodgers were gone. Somebody's taking the Mickey, put my pickies back where they belong. I woke up this morning, my chocolate hobnobs weren't there. I woke up this morning, my chocolate hobnobs weren't there. Somebody's taking the Mickey, to steal a man's bickies isn't fair. I've got the Mickey Bicky Blues, I'm all in a funk. Got the Mickey Bicky Blues, my biscuits were stolen by some punk. I've got a steaming cup of tea here, but I ain't got nothing to done. I woke up this morning, couldn't find my custard cream. I Woke up this morning, couldn't find my custard cream. Somebody's taking the mickey to nick a man's pickies is obscene. Bring me a bourbon, I don't need no scotch or beer. Yeah, bring me a bourbon, I don't need no scotch or beer. I tell my soul down at the crossroads to know who left me ginger nutless here. Got the Mickey Bicky blues, I'm all in a funk. Got the Mickey Bicky blues, my biscuits were stolen by some punk. I got a steaming cup of tea here, but I ain't got nothing to done. Got the Mickey Bicky blues, got the Mickey Bicky blues, got the Mickey Bicky blues, yeah, the Mickey Bicky blues. I'd settle for a Garibaldi, 'cause Lord knows a beggar cannot choose. Thank you to my backing vocalist out there, my matey Katie. Thank you very much. I wondered whether she would join in on that one. Okay, that was the Mickey Bicky Blues. I'm doing for time. Ooh, half past, look at that. Alright. Maybe we should stay on the food and drink theme. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do one more food and drink song. So this song, Sausage and Egg, from back in, I think I probably wrote this in about 2013. One of my groups in Redbridge. I think it was a bloke, I think his name was Jim. And we would, at the start go round and offer people biscuits and tea, obviously. But he would always look up to the volunteer or the organiser, and when she offered him some biscuits, and he would say, "Sausage and egg," like she was working in a cafe or something. And clearly his favourite thing was sausage and egg. So I said, we've got to write you a song around sausage and egg. So this one was for Jim. It's called Sausage and Egg. La 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 la. La 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 la. My wife follows all the celebrity cooks. Our shelves are all groaning with recipe books. She makes all their stuff but despairs when I beg, "Darling, can we just have sausage and egg? Fry 'em up, won't you please fry 'em up? Give me hot sweet tea in me favourite old cup. I'll tell you, there's nothing I'd rather be fed. You can't beat a plateful of sausage and egg. La 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 la. La 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 la. She calls me a culinary Philistine and suggests guinea fowl cooked in fancy French wine. I tell her there's no point to fix what ain't broke, and there's nothing nothing like dunking a banger in the yard. Fry 'em up, won't you please fry 'em up? Give me hot, sweet tea in me favourite old cup. I'll tell you, there's nothing I'd rather be fair. You can't beat a plate full of sausage and egg. La 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 la. La 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 la. Yeah, fry 'em up, won't you please fry 'em up? Give me hot, sweet tea in me favourite old cup. I'll tell you, there's nothing I'd rather be fair. You can't beat a plate full of sausage and egg.
Hey everyone, we're experiencing a little bit of difficulty here. Not sure why the signal dropped, but I'm sure that my mate George will be right back. Just give us a second, and I'd love to know how you're liking the show so far. I love all the artists that happen on Sage Stream here, but my mate George is definitely one of my favorites. So, and that's just because I'm an Anglophile. I can't help it. We are working to get him back as soon as possible. I'm going to send him a message now. And let's see what happens. So Sherry, hi Sherry Weiss from Elkins, West Virginia. Very good to see you, and hopefully everybody else here at NAAP. As I said, it's always great to be a guest host for Sage Stream. I am also an artist. I do every now and then perform for this fine channel as well. Hopefully be back sometime this year, but hosting is one of my secret pleasures because I get to meet all of the other artists and get to know them, which hopefully is the same thing that you're doing. I see that Glenn is working on getting back, so as I mentioned, fingers crossed, I think we will have him very soon. He's coming from across the ocean, as you may have guessed from listening to him. And we had a little discussion about Great Britain and kind of its quirks, and a great book that he recommended that I read about it. And he mentioned, and I don't think he mentioned this on online when his show started, but that his name originally came from St. George's Day, which is kind of a patriotic celebration there in Britain. Although it's there's not a lot of fanfare, is what he said. It's not a huge holiday as far as celebrations and things like that. But he was looking for a stage name, and that was, I believe that his first show was on that day or something to that effect, and that was what compelled him to give himself the stage name My Mate George, which I think is a great stage name. I'm going to give this just another couple of minutes, and we will see if we can get him back on. There's a chance that there's something happening overseas, in his area at least, that's preventing him from logging on again. As I said, fingers crossed. We're going to hope for the best here. If I have to grab a guitar myself and play something, I will. But at the moment, I would just want to give him one more second, or another couple of minutes, and see if he will return. So everyone out there, how's your Tuesday going? It's very hard to hear you. I can't hear anybody, so you'll have to speak up or chat. Send me a chat. Would definitely like to know what's going on with you today. And I believe that Glenn would like to know that as well, and hopefully we can catch him up when he gets back here. Uh, it's funny, he did a lot of songs about food, and I'm a fan of, like I said, I'm an Anglophile, but I'm also a kind of a secret fan of songs about food, and it's partly because in Japan, a lot of the pop groups for the last several decades have taken to writing songs about food. I believe it's a cultural thing there, and it's kind of neat. I mean, every now and then we get something like that here, but not quite to the same degree. So it was kind of cool hearing my mate George do all of those songs about food, especially British food. Uh, I'm just gonna send everyone a little chat here in Facebook, and we'll see what happens. This might rank as one of the blandest portions of the Sage Stream roster. Just watching me talk to you and try to kill time. So I don't know how much you know about Sage Stream, but it was founded by Anthony Cirillo, who is going to be back as host this Thursday, as a matter of fact. And if you are just tuning in, keep in mind that this will be rebroadcast at 7 p.m. Eastern Time today. So if you're like, oh, I missed the part of the show where there was music, which hopefully there will be more, but just in case there isn't, you can tune back in again at 7 p.m. Eastern Time tonight, and you will hear my mate George's unfortunately truncated set. But we will see what's happening here. Let me see if I can get an answer from him. Yes. Oh, power cut. Oh my goodness, power cut. So you heard it here, everyone. Power's cut. Let me see if he thinks he'll be able to come back, and if not, we may need to wrap this a little early. Let's see. All right. That's so anyone who's listening out there, even though my mate George is not on, as you may know, if you've seen this program, we have a real variety of performers and presenters. Last Thursday, there was a presentation on outer space by a woman who knows everything about it. It was pretty amazing. I thought I knew a lot, and don't know nearly as much as I thought. I learned way more watching her. But also on the music end, we have just such a variety of people. And I say that because, I mean, I'd love for you to see all of the shows, but also because if you have any requests, and even if my mate George is unable to return today, I will make a note of those song or artist requests or style of music requests, and I'll pass it on to Anthony Cirillo, and we'll see what we can do about getting one or more of our artists to do something that you would prefer, or that you have your heart set on hearing from Sage Stream, because we do love your requests and your feedback. So if you are, wherever you are watching, listening from, again, if you don't have chat function, please look at the phone number on the screen, send requests there. And of course, if you do have a chat function, you can just send it through the chat, and I will make notes of everything. I'd be happy to. I'd be very excited to. I'm giving poor George Glenn here just one more minute to see if he can come back on, and if that is not the case, then unfortunately we will have to wrap the show early. And as I said, it will be rebroadcast at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, so you will get to see my mate George's. I believe he did get to perform for about 30 minutes, so you'll get to see that short set at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, again, here Hi, I've seen some people have joined there. Let me know where you're from, and if you have any requests, our guest. I'm hoping that our guest will return shortly. There was a power outage in his area there in Great Britain, so I'm not sure the degree of the problem and if it can be solved in the amount of time we have. I'm waiting to hear about that. If it can, I believe he'd love to take your requests if possible. And if it can't, as I said, I will note your requests. I will also note who you are and where you're from, so that when I pass the requests on, I can give that to the artist as well. And you can tune back in and listen for whoever that may be to give you a shout out and to play your request. So, yes, I am here in my in a an off basement office in Astoria, New York City, New York, anxiously awaiting my mate George's return. As soon as I hear back from him, I will let everybody know. I believe that that may not be happening, and I will say this: in about 2 minutes, if I do not hear from my mate George or anyone else, then I will be ending the show a little bit early today. But keep on for now, because wherever you are, it's 2:43 where I am. It's almost a quarter till. I'll give this until a quarter till the hour, and then I'll let you know what's happening. Absolutely, and we will take it from there. I Let me see if I've gotten the message here. No, okay. So yes, please, as you are watching, let me do this while we're here, since we have the time, and that is that you see on the screen two QR codes. One is to subscribe to SageStream.live. The website's there at the bottom. Use the QR code, or put that web address in, and go there and subscribe. We'd love to have you as part of the SageStream family and help support what we do around the country and clearly in other places in the world. Once you have subscribed, please do the other QR code here and take the survey, because we'd love to get feedback from you as well. I think that might do it for us today. Unfortunately, it looks like my mate George will be unable to return and finish the set. I want to thank him very much for what he did. It was pretty darn exciting, and I have to say, I am a big fan of all kinds of music, but especially when people play their own original music, because it's something you don't get to hear anywhere else, which is just a good thing. So thank you, and thanks to my mate George for tuning in. Thank everyone out there for watching and for hanging with us as long as you could. And Anthony Cirillo will be back on Thursday at 2 p.m. And again, if you'd like to see the first half of this broadcast, wherein my mate George was able to do a half-hour set, tune in again here, 7 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. That'll do it for Sage Stream. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you soon.